Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to Witch in the Woods here on the Yogscast complete server. So last time we started getting some work set up. Ooh, if I can find and/or get in the door. I never remember which one of these pillars it is. It's that one. Last time we were working on getting this done. I've gotten a fair few of these now, and they continue to work in because we got a setup from the system to actually be pumping books in here. Also next to it, I have the auto disenchanter, which will take enchanted items and remove the enchantments from them. It does damage them slightly over time, so consequently you will not necessarily be able to get every enchantment off an item unless it's repaired in the midst of things. Which is possible, but there are easy ways to get rid of enchantments, but that lets you actually put them on books, so you can store them. I also got this, Unstable 1. Now, there are 3 tiers of Unstable. I don't know exactly which mod it is that adds it. It might be random things, it might be open blocks, it might be extra utilities. One of those 3, I think, adds this. And that means as long as you've got gunpowder in your inventory, whenever you would otherwise fall greater than 3 blocks, it creates a small explosion at your feet. I really want to get that on something. I also want to get a little thing from... I believe it's extra utilities? Hang on. We can find out. So let's see, I need a book. And, yep, thankfully we have cow essence presently building up, so we have plenty of leather and such. So if I do that, Flim Flam 1. Now, I can increase it all the way up to, I think it's Flim Flam 4? There we are, Flim Flam 4. Flim Flam 4. Now, what happens with these books is the effect Flim Flam on your, it applies only to armor, and if you use it, then it will, whenever someone hurts you, I think including ranged, I don't know if it works on magic because I haven't been able to test it yet, it will apply a random effect, ranging from shuffling their inventory items around to spawning a bunch of charged creepers around them with blast radius 0, so they can't destroy terrain. To also giving them, potion effects with level 50. I've got level 2 on speed and resistance. Imagine jump boost level 50 for a short period. Yeah, that's gonna happen. But the problem that we have is that this system works. It works absolutely fine, but it's very slow. So, I think first on our list is... yeah, activation rituals. So, I had to talk to a few different free crowned kings. I can never quite recall which one is actually, the real one, as it were. Let me see, I need... there we are. Division sigils. Now, if you see, must perform an activation ritual, sneak right-click on an enchanting table for more details. So, sneak, right-click. Does not have a redstone circle, cannot see the moon, lacks sufficient natural earth, is in darkness, too late, sacrifice must be made at midnight. So, we're going to need a sacrifice, so let's grab ourselves a safari net. I thankfully did tell the system how to make these, so we don't have to worry about that much. And we're going to need a bit of redstone. Now, I don't know that we can make the full level of this. There is a level after the one that we're going to be working on here, but I don't know if it's available. Basically, you get the division sigil inactive when you kill the wither. You then get the activated ritual, the activated division sigil once you've performed this ritual, and there is another one that you can only perform in the end, and I don't know if we can perform that one just yet. But let me see, where is a good place for us to go to set this up? Let me see. Let's do it over here. Of course, we're gonna have to wait, because it's way past night. You have to perform this at midnight. And I'm in the water. And that is the setting moon, so I'm gonna have to wait a little bit of time to do this. But, once we do... once we perform this ritual, I'm not actually interested in the activated division sigil. What I'm interested in is the cursed earth that spawns around the thing once you've actually committed it. So, I don't actually have any form of silk touch at the moment. I've been hoping that one would come out of that machine, but I'm going to set this down. I'm going to grab one of the neighborly horses to use as a sacrifice. So actually, horses are kind of meaty. Let's grab something else. Should be some pigs or something around here. One would hope. Piggies, hello. I'm sure there's definitely some wildlife around it, besides the witches. I may have grabbed all the chickens that were around here, actually, come to think of it. Cow, perfect. You will do perfectly. Bleh. No, get in the ball. Thank you. Cow, I choose you. Return. Alright. Leap. Because the ender pearl travels so much faster than I can fly. Where did I just leave my enchanting table? There. Okay, there it is. So, I've got my sacrifice, I've got my redstone, I've got my enchanting table. So, let's just clear that. Hopefully all these plants aren't going to cause trouble. Okay, everything, but we must perform at midnight, so everything is perfectly fine. But it is presently becoming dawn, so this could take a bit. So let me see. Meanwhile, what have we got on our list to do here? Bloop. Tesseracts. So, the other thing is that I've got this system presently... I swear it was that one before. The other issue with the system is I've presently got it just coming out right back here. And that's not very convenient. So, I'm going to try and make a Tesseract to use here, at the back, so that we can instead import all of the stuff over here. So we just have, like, the tank, say, here, we have the box there, we have, like, the Tesseract behind the tank, importing, that kind of thing. Which means I get to show off how to make Tesseracts, because I don't think I ever actually did that. My mistake. Anyways. Okay, so Tesseract. Okay, so we need a Tesseract frame, which requires hardened glass and Enderium ingots. So, let me see. Enderium, how much do we have? We have 2 blend, and 2 ingots. We need another 4 total. Actually, no, we're going to need 8, because this only makes 1 Tesseract per recipe. And of course, having just the 1 isn't really all that useful. Okay, so you need buckets of resonant ender. Everything else you can work out. And yeah, we need to set up a... Let me just show this, actually. There's 2 parts of our puppet system that aren't automated right now. That is the Spanish moss and the mandrake. Now, I have ideas on how to actually, like, get the mandrake to be automated, but it's rather a lot more complicated than more or less any other plant in existence. So, I'm going to have to come up with something for that. Now, the obvious thing that I could do for automating the Spanish moss is to just use a terrain smasher, or some other kind of automated whack it with something, like an autonomous activator. But I don't know, considering how much I'm going to be relying on Spanish moss, I think I'd prefer something that's a bit more magical. Like just having a small little box do it doesn't quite cut it. So, let me see, in the Thaumonomicon, as part of Thaumic Tinker, I believe. Thaumic Tinkering... Is it? Yeah, there we are. We have this, the Dynamism Tablet. So, this basically functions like an autonomous activator, but we can stick whatever we like in it, we can give it a redstone signal to it on and off, including blocks, yay! So we can use that, and I really want to, because it looks really great when it's working. We can use it for all sorts of things, and it's basically an autonomous activator made of magic, but, you know, we'll take it. Okay, so we need buckets of liquid Enderium, don't we? Bloop. How many? Just the 2? Just the 2, apparently. Okay. And of course we'll need some ender pearls, of which we have 3,474. Now let's see, it is 4 ender pearls per bucket. So what I remember. Okay. Alright, so that should be 2 buckets, and I'll shoot them into the system happily. Finished off the decoration here, so everything looks gorgeous in there. I sort of went with a kind of pseudo-Egyptian look in here. Unfortunately, hollow covers don't work there, so it's a bit of a pain. Yeah, I sort of went with a sort of pseudo-Egyptian thing, so sort of like, this has been buried in the sands of Egypt for who knows how long, and I just dug it out and put it to work. I kind of like that. It looks really nice. And you can just hear, I think, the holy stone tinkling under my feet. But yeah, so that looks nice, and here is just carpenter's blocks with essence glass. So I think the ring outside is ender, and then the interior here is glowstone essence. So we've got this nice pseudo-shiny view. Looks really good. Okay. Apparently we have all of our Enderium then. Yes we do, good. And we're going to need, similarly, 8 hardened glass, or at least 7 more. Boop. Which, fortunately, we're also capable of manufacturing. Doop doop. So if I hop back here, as I seem to do almost every episode these days, well, firstly, our level limiters have expanded a little bit. I think the only one that's on right now is for poppets. And then over here, I've added pulverizers now, so we are mass-producing pulverized goods as well as furnace-y ones. I actually slightly improved on the design over here, I think, because it's using... No, I think it's using the same number of impulse item ducts. It's just not attaching to the underside of the chest. It's attaching to the side of the interface. But either way, it's a good system, and I like it. It's small, it's compact, and it works very well. Actually, admittedly, small and compact are identical terms. Anyways, moving on. Yeah. Okay, we got our... Yeah, we're working on the hardened glass. Do. Okay, that's all the hardened glass we need. Enderium. Do. Okay, that gets us 2 Tesseract frames. Now, to get the full version, we need to fill them with a bucket of resonant ender. So, 1, 2, 3, 4. Doop. Or a bucket's worth of resonant ender, rather. So back around we go. There we go. Round and round the mulberry bush. Like a teddy bear. Don't think much has changed over here. I am now going on alder, spruce, and magic wood. I don't actually have a use for magic wood. It just looks kind of pretty, and I figure I might be able to use it in a build at some point. So, yeah, just getting that. Because, really, why not? It always hurts when you ender pearl into a ceiling, but, oh well, at least the fall can't hurt me. Someone actually wondered if my business with the Central Circle might see me on the wrong end of the Storm Sage himself, to which I say, I can't be burned, I can't be drowned, I can't be thrown out of a window, I'm pretty much all but impervious to poison damage, and even by that length, I can't die. In fact, just forget killing me, you can't break my clothing. So, I'm not really worried what Mr. Goatchops has to say about things. Assuming he ever finds anything out about it. Okay, 2 Tesseracts. Perfect. So, let's see, now, we come down here, we pick up our little thing over here, and we put a Tesseract in its place, eventually. Dunk. And I could put it there, but let's just keep that there for the moment. So, Tesseract. And we want you to be, let's see, blocked on the items, blocked on energy. We want you to be ascending. There we go, send only. We'll make you private as well. So, call this, well, mob essence. Device inactive, 666, add. There we go. And now we can see it here. Good. So I do that. This is now filling with mob essence, so I can move this basically wherever I want, which means I can save some cable, for one thing, so that'd be nice. Okay, how are we doing on time, I wonder? Minecam and the emissaries. Right. So, Minecam, which I'm sure I'll have a few people telling me William Strife has already checked out. How are we doing on the sunlight? Sun is setting. So Mindcam lets you extract a whole bunch of chemicals from a whole bunch of things, including, among various things, let me see, cocaine, potassium, hydrogen, oxygen, arsenic, and cyanide. So let me just pull up Mindcam here. Yep, methionine, salt, iron oxide, just like, there are so many, like, fun chemicals. Now, the fun thing about these chemicals, let me see, chloroplatinic acid, is you can add them, or at least you can add a whole bunch of them, so let me see, amphetamine. You can add them to a bunch of foods, and unlike the witchery apple, they don't show up. Obviously they don't stack, but that's kind of unavoidable. But they don't look any different, there is no hint that they are remotely modified. So, what I'm thinking is that I will start a little work on Mindcam to start making various toxins and poisons, and I'll use those sort of like, I don't know, some kind of paralytic, or is it like Dave has a lot of like various defenses, but by and large he's still a bit of a lamb. He's still vulnerable to a bunch of things that I don't think he even quite fully realizes he's vulnerable to in some cases. And I'm definitely reaching the point now where, being essentially indestructible and unstoppable, I'm going to do what I can to make him suffer appropriately for what he did to me in the well for so very long. Anyways, let's see, night is finally arriving. So then, there is also the matter of emissaries. So last season, I had my Envoy, but he's kind of disposed right now. He's kind of busy keeping the witches of the Central Circle busy for me. So I need some handymen. I need some dudes to, like, do the heavy lifting. I need to, like, send some people to talk out to other folks. So what I thought was I would go a little bit farther than the Envoy. The Envoy is just like a bog standard Envoy of the Hunt. Like, he doesn't really have anything special about him. He's just a regular old huntsman. And then, you know, they're a dime a dozen. So I thought I'd make mine a little bit more special. Now, if I go back to Advanced Genetics, we don't need to get rid of the stuff from that just yet. We can find that there are... Let me see. Where are we looking? There we go. Insulated cell and insulated helix. These are a component in cloning, and you can get, like, skin cells and everything, including from boss mobs like the Wither. Oh, that's my night vision kicking in. Including from boss mobs and the Wither, like, say, the Horned Huntsman. So, I'm thinking I will create an array of different mobs with varying different advanced genetics abilities. So, for example, if nothing else, I can give them resistance. I can make them immune to fire. I can, well, I should say, I can make them immune to fire, but skeletons that are on fire still try to run, because the way that advanced genetics does it is a little bit weird. And I can do all sorts of other things to them to make them special and interesting. So I think that's going to be what I'll do. I'll make some kind of retinue of emissaries of various boss mobs that I've genetically modified and such. We'll see how that turns out. I might have missed something because the advanced genetic skin is not very well documented. But it looks like I'm probably going to have to do this next time, because I don't think we're going to have enough time in the episode to get this. Oh, hello, Coven Witch, how are you? I need to talk to you eventually.